Greetings, SOBRsafe shareholders. I'm David Gandini, Chairman and CEO of SOBRsafe. Over the past several weeks, we've received questions around our NASDAQ listing, a reverse split, and a potential capital raise. So I'd like to discuss our strategy that has been approved by NASDAQ. Continuing NASDAQ compliance and maintaining our listing is a top priority above all else. Why? First, we're committed to providing our investors with a clear path to growth, value, and liquidity, which requires that NASDAQ listing. With our continued listing and growth, we will attract affordable capital. As I mentioned, NASDAQ approved our compliance plan, so we have until October 23rd to exceed the dollar minimum bid price per share requirement. We will be aggressive in the reverse to achieve a stock price that will give us cushion as we progress through the end of this year and on into 2025. An overwhelming majority of our shareholders, 87%, previously approved a reverse stock split of up to 1 for 150. We have until the same date to demonstrate long-term compliance with the required minimum of $2.5 million in shareholders' equity. This item will be addressed with the next capital raise prior to October 23rd. Let's talk about sales. We replaced our Chief Revenue Officer and several members of our sales team during Q4 of 2023, and I am managing the sales team and working on specific deals as well. We have defined our primary sales target, behavioral health, where we can reduce costs, streamline operations, improve outcomes, and save lives. We entered this market in Q4 of 2023, introducing our transformative solutions for the first time. In 2024, and consistent with our strategy, we have now established our technology with our first revenue-generating customers in behavioral health, growing to 35 accounts in the first and second quarter of this year. In addition, we entered the equivalent verticals in Australia and New Zealand and are gaining traction through a channel partner that we're very, very excited about. Finally, further international expansion is underway. While we make strides in technology integration with industry leaders here in the U.S., it's critical to note that we accomplish this with a limited investment in marketing and brand building. This will bring us to the final subject for this week. Now I'd like to review our national marketing launch. As all of you know, every successful product ever launched did so on the strength of its marketing. Products don't get sold in a vacuum where every sales call starts stone cold. Just look at Fitbit, and not to say that we're equivalent, but you can pinpoint precisely when they went from grassroots novelty to global category maker. And that was when they fully committed to marketing and building the brand. Now that we've achieved the behavioral health validation I described earlier, we are at a version of that same commercial evolution. We are working with national communication leaders to rapidly build the SOBRsafe brand. The national industry-wide campaign across public relations, digital marketing, and social media is engineered to capture more than 4 million projected views over the next 12 months and present SOBRsafe to over 45,000 behavioral decision makers in the U.S. We believe that our approach will increase demand, drive sales, and gain market share for us in the fourth quarter and on into 2025. So to conclude this update, I think it's essential to begin with the end in mind. To achieve sustained financial success, increase shareholder value over the long term, and build a global legacy of which we can all be proud. To accomplish this, we have clear and unavoidable short-term truths. First, to significantly grow sales, we must invest in national marketing, and we're well on our way. Second, to empower this investment, we must acquire additional capital. Third, to attract this capital, we must retain our NASDAQ listing. And finally, to retain our NASDAQ listing, we are required to split the stock. I certainly hope that this helps order and explain our strategy. And as you've seen since the month of August, we are committed to more frequently communicating with our investors. Thank you so much for your time today and for your continued support of SOBRsafe. Stay tuned.